Not my king. Charles desperate as Australian drag him through the mud. You not deserve to be king. King Charles III would not be removed as Australia's head of state if a second referendum on the matter was to take place now, a new poll has found. The poll, which was conducted by Roy Morgan via SMS on Monday, found that a vote on Australia becoming a republic would have the same result as the previous referendum in 1999. Of the more than 1,000 respondents surveyed in Monday's poll, 60% said that Australia should remain a monarchy, while 40% thought it should become a republic with an elected official, a 5% fall since 2012. King Charles is head of state in 14 Commonwealth countries, including Australia and New Zealand. In May 2022, Australia elected a Labour Prime Minister, who has expressed that he believes that the country should have an elected head of state. However, Anthony Albanese said that he does not think that the period following Queen Elizabeth II's death is an appropriate time to discuss Australia becoming a republic, adding that he will not hold a referendum during his first term in office. Speaking to Sky News, Mr. Albanese said that now is the time to express gratitude for the Queen's service to Australia, the Commonwealth and the world. He added, "She was such a respected figure, regardless of where people stand on the political spectrum." In recent years, Republican feeling has grown within the Commonwealth. In 2021, Barbados became a republic after 300 years of the British monarch being its head of state. Moreover, earlier this year, following a royal tour, the Prince and Princess of Wales's royal tour of the Caribbean, Jamaica's president signaled that his country wanted to follow in Barbados' lead. With recent polls suggesting more than 50% of Jamaicans now support a republic, there is speculation that Queen Elizabeth II's death will accelerate that process. Queen Elizabeth II died on Thursday, September 8, after 70 years on the throne. Upon her death, her eldest son Charles immediately became the king. Britain is now in a period of mourning, which will end on September 19, the day of the Queen's funeral and a public holiday in the UK. It was during his first address as king, the speech he'd waited his whole life to make, that Charles III acknowledged he will have to give up some of the things that have given him the most satisfaction. "My life will of course change as I take up my new responsibilities," he said, a little more than 24 hours after his mother died at Balmoral Castle, bringing to an end the reign of the only monarch most Britons can remember. "It will no longer be possible for me to give so much of my time and energies to the charities and issues for which I care so deeply." The entire speech was designed to reassure a country in mourning for Queen Elizabeth II that her successor would not depart from the style of steady, even-handed leadership she had embodied. But it was this line that stood out as an acknowledgement of how difficult that could turn out to be. Unlike the Queen, who was famous for not letting her views be known, much less drive the public debate, Charles has spent a lifetime immersing himself in sometimes controversial political or social causes. The Queen was steadfastly silent on political matters throughout her reign, and the content of her weekly audience with the Prime Minister remains private by convention. As a consequence, even the hint of a publicly expressed opinion had the potential to cause a huge fuss, as occurred in 2014 when she urged Scottish voters to think very carefully about their choice in that year's independence referendum. Charles' habits stand in marked contrast to his mother's. The causes he was involved in as prince don't fit neatly into traditional categories of left or right. He has stood in support of fox hunting and in opposition to ugly modern architecture, but he has also championed organic farming and advocated for action on climate change well before the subject was embraced by the mainstream.